UH Nation, what's going on? It's everyone's favorite time of the year. It's tournament time.
Tournament time, seeding time.
This is selection Friday or whatever. When
Whatever
people
you
are gonna
posted.
see it. Yeah. So
This is what everybody waits for, man. The seedings, the where they rank, how
Yeah.
they feel they get disrespected if they're not ranked high enough. So we'll see what it turns out to be.
yeah. So we have 18 teams this season in the tournament. All the leagues wrapped up except Palm Valley.
Yeah,
So
so-
there's still basically one really important game in Palm
One
Valley.
really important game
But-
that's going to determine the champion of Palm Valley. That can make. We've got it where the position's right, but it just depends if
Yeah.
one of the team wins, we have to move around a little bit. But everything's pretty much
Right.
set.
Just before we start, I don't want to offend any teams because we did our best with
Seedings.
seedings,
Right.
but like I think the most important thing is that we want to make this fun. So
Yeah.
so we try to match up teams that would be able to, so they could play against other teams from other
Yeah,
clubs.
I
Nobody
mean-
wants to come in and play at the same team.
Yeah,
they just
I mean,
played
we
2
we
weeks
talked
ago.
about this last couple of years, where okay, maybe a 7th seed might not be better than the 8th seed,
Right.
But matchup wise, what we want to do is not look at only that round, but future rounds.
future
so
rounds,
if
exactly.
we put a team at 8, and then if they win the next round, we don't want them playing a Tempe versus Tempe.
Yeah.
So we might have moved them up to a 7, so that if they do win a Tempe, they'd have to play a Palm Valley team. So
Yeah.
it's not a show of who's better. It's not truly a 1 through 18 ranking. It's more or less 1 through 18 as best we could, with a little shuffling just to get the matchups we wanted to
Yeah, I mean,
get involved.
yeah, I mean, nobody wants to play a team they just played 2 weeks ago.
Exactly.
In the same league, you know what I mean? So
It's not fun for anybody. It's not fun for us.
Yeah.
So the joy for us is like having these matchups. Like I said,
Yeah.
making sure that 1 versus 16 is not a Tempe versus Tempe. And the next round, Tempe. You know what I mean? So it's again, just because you're not number 1 doesn't mean we don't think you're the best team. It's just
Right. Yeah, I mean the reason we started the state playoff format is because we want to give other teams a play.
it's a new format.
Opportunity to play
yeah,
other teams.
you play a team 2-3 times a year. It's not that fun.
Exactly.
You know, just because you're number 7, like I said, it's no disrespect. But a
Yeah.
lot of these guys will use that as disrespect,
Yeah,
which
I
is
know.
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, so I just wanted to get that out there before you hear your team and you're wondering like why this team is ranked ahead of you. Even if
Record-wise,
you
yeah.
have a one win over, it's not gonna make
I
a
mean,
difference.
part of it is also we looked at the league strength of schedule.
Yeah.
So maybe Tempe was a little stronger.
Yeah.
So some of the teams we gave a little more credence to just because they played in Tempe versus
Right.
a Gilbert where it was top heavy, where a couple
Yeah.
of the bottom teams weren't as great. So
Yeah.
we took that into consideration as well too. So as before, it's worked out before.
Yeah.
So I think we got a good handle on it.
So we'll go from 18 through 1. So we'll start with 18.
Okay.
The last 4 teams will be in a play-in round. They'll be playing Monday night first at 7 p.m. The very first game. If they win, they move into the Sweet 16 basically.
Yeah. So for example, 18 will play the 15
15
seed.
seeds, 17
16
plays 16.
Exactly.
So, so we'll go backwards. We'll start with 18. We're going to Heat Wave from your club,
From Gilbert.
1-7. Didn't have a very strong season, but I felt like the chemistry started to come
Towards the end of the
towards
season,
end.
they started cheering for each other. They started moving
Yeah.
the ball really well. I mean, they played a lot of close games. I mean, not close in the sense it was a 2-point game, but they played with a lot of energy. Keenan's a veteran, Bernard,
Yeah.
JP Price. They had some good players on there. They just couldn't put it together because they didn't have the bigs. A lot of times they got
Yeah.
killed on the boards. Cabron was another good pickup for them. He's a defensive player for them, hustle player, but
Yeah.
they just couldn't get the wins. But I like their intensity. I like you said, the rotation got a little bit closer. Beginning of the league, I think they had like 9 players.
Yeah.
So they cut down the rotation a little bit, worked a little bit more.
They play hard though.
They play hard.
I was talking to JP after the game, and he was just like, "Yeah, we're getting our ass kicked every week, but I'm still having fun." So it just shows that
It
this
took them.
team-
It took them a while to get there. They got a tough road ahead. Well, right now they got a chance.
Yeah.
They got a chance because it's a playing game. But
So yeah, speaking of playing hard, this team exemplifies like hard work. Hitmen from Palm Valley, number 17. Right now they're currently 0-7. They might get a win on Sunday, but right now it's not really going to matter.
But again, Palm Valley was a tougher league this year.
Exactly.
So OTF came through,
Yeah.
old school. So, like you said, the games were close. A lot of the games were close again. They just couldn't pull it out.
Right.
Don't they have is it Adam or Dan?
Adam Hamilton,
Adam Hamilton.
Daniel Thomas, Manny Watts.
So they got the players. It's just it was a tough league and they couldn't pull out late
Very
in the
strong
games.
team. Yeah, I think if they were to play in the Gilbert League, they would have easily won 3-4 games.
5 games,
Yeah, maybe even more. I might underestimate them. I guarantee they would not be 0-7.
We'll
if they
put
were
that to the
playing
test because you've got them playing a Gilbert team, so we'll see what happens.
Gilbert. Yeah, they do. Speaking of, the next team is a 1-17 from Gilbert.
Hidden Trips. James Nadoro, the GM, the coach, the team he put in last season was a lot better. A lot of guys left. He had to put a lot of new guys into play. You saw the chemistry wasn't there. The record shows that
A couple guys quit.
Guys quit, so a lot of the chemistry just wasn't there. The right mixture wasn't there. But I've liked some of the pieces they had lately. Kelly McCarthy was a good player to pick up.
Yeah.
Chris Allen's lost a lot of weight, looks good.
Yeah.
Real
He's in
line of
shape
speed
this
now.
season.
It's just I think they just couldn't get the right mix of players together yet. They
Right.
just couldn't play together cohesively, so that's what hurt them down the stretch. But I still think they have a good team. They've got a couple of players they can bring back.
Hopefully they have enough. You know, I know
They've
a lot
struggled
of
the
guys
last-
quit. Last few games they had guys trouble showing up.
They struggle,
So-
like I said, it's the chemistry issue, the late game, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But we'll put you to a test because Hitman will be playing Hit and Trip, so that'll be a good matchup.
Yeah. Next up, we have a team from Tempe, Bang Bang, led by Matt Sheen, Tab Noel, Brandon Maggiano.
Yep. A
Great
veteran. They played
yeah,
before. A lot of those
great
guys
group of
played before,
Just no size, man. They're really small. Probably the smallest team in this tournament, I could say. They honestly have no big men.
They wanted me to play big.
I know. They wanted you to. Exactly.
That would have been a big mistake.
I mean, yeah, they are literally the smallest team in this.
So that's why they
tournament.
struggle, especially in other leagues.
They have a lot of good shooters, though.
A lot of good players. Like you said,
dropped
Tevin's-
36 the other night.
Tevin's a good player. Maggiano's a good player. You see he plays well for Set It Off. It's just, we talk about this time and time again. Size.
Yeah.
You're going to give up a lot of offensive rebounds. You can't get the second chance points.
Yeah.
You know, it's just going to hurt you.
Yeah, we say this every season to them, you know.
So, and a case in point, Bang Bang's got some great guards
Yeah.
without the size. It's going to be a great matchup in the first round, though, this playing round, because Heat
Yeah.
Wave doesn't have size either.
Yeah.
They've got a Tyler who's a really good player. I don't know if you remember him, Tyler. Hustle player, gets a lot of offensive rebounds, plays really hard. So
Yep.
he might be the difference maker in that matchup right there.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the play. So those are all the play-in games. Teams.
I think it's up in the air, honestly.
Yeah,
Any of those
honestly,
teams can win.
Yeah.
That's a
I'm
good
ready
great matchup. for
predictions. Yeah, it's gonna be tough to predict those games.
Yep.
I think all of them are pretty even. I mean.
Yep, I agree.
Now we'll move into the top 14. 14 will actually be the Scottsdale League champions.
Yeah.
Han Solo Dies just winning tonight.
That was a good one.
Winning easily too. So they pretty much kind of went through the top. They're the one team that stay together.
Stayed together.
They have literally
consistently.
8-9 players.
Danny showed up for a couple games
Yeah.
because he had to work and everything like that, but he came in when it counted, playoffs
Yeah.
and everything like that. But I told you, going into this season,
Yeah, he was
Scottsdale
the
had the
X factor.
biggest. Well, Scottsdale had the biggest. They had the biggest team.
They did.
They had David, John, David Horace, and Big Jim,
Jim Hobbs.
Athletic Jim,
So yeah, this is
the guy who filled in for me last week, the diva.
the diva.
He wanted only blue M&Ms, Perrier water, and an RV waiting in the back. That's what he told me after his show last week. That's what he said. No, but I told you, the size in Scottsdale, they had the biggest size. It's not just size, but they're very skilled. They had Danny, they had Russ coming off the bench. I know I'm missing a few other players, but that was a good team. They're legitimately a good, solid team that if they play in other leagues, I think they could have had 3, 4, 5 solid wins.
Me too.
So don't put them off just
Especially if
because
Danny
they're
shows
from Scottsdale.
up, man. Danny's going to be one of the best players in this tournament.
Danny's one of the best players in our league,
Yeah.
period. So
Yeah,
if
so-
he shows up, he does what he
shows up,
does.
he drops 40, you never know.
Yep.
You know. So actually we were able to catch up with your
The
boy
diva,
Jim
the
after
diva,
the
yeah.
diva.
Let's see what he has to
Yeah,
say.
so here's Jim right now.
What's up? What's up? We're up here in Scottsdale. We got my main man Jim Hobbs. What do you think about your win, winning out the season up here in Scottsdale?
I think, we're probably lucky that Bibby didn't show. I mean, it would have been, saved him some face, because we were on a championship run that wasn't going to be stopped. So,
You guys got your own little mini Mike Bibby and Danny Dietzig. How much does he help you when he's here versus when he's not? What do you think?
well, let's see here. We are 4-0, 5-0 when he plays, and we are 3-2 when he doesn't. So, yeah, you can see. I mean, he probably scores 35 a game, and he pushes the pace. We probably average 20 more a game when he's here. So,
I mean, I think you guys for sure did a good job without him. You know what I'm saying? Those 4 or 5 games that you guys didn't have. You know what I'm saying?
Overall, it probably helped us gel as a team, because he takes up a lot of shots, which we want him to. I get a rebound and I never cross half court, and he's shooting, making a 3. It saves some energy. But when he's not here, forces us to work as a team, and we got kind of developed our chemistry, which in a draft league, you only have one season is key. So.
What do you think about the competition in Tempe? You excited to get down there?
Yeah, I guess we're playing Set It Off from Gilbert.
Week 1? Okay.
So just straight out of the gates, no warm-ups.
They're 14. Okay.
Okay, I think from what I understand, they're pretty legit. I don't know if I know any of their players, but they win all their games, so it's going to be a battle. hopefully he'll have to hustle harder in this game than the last time I played him in the playoffs. So
You know if Danny's going to be there for your guys' Tempe game or no?
I don't know. I mean, he's right over there. I guess we'll ask him. You know, maybe pay his bus fare down there or something.
Pay some gas, pay for his night off, the shift off, yeah. So, all right, Jim. Any last words? Any words of caution for Tempe?
Well, I mean, word on the street is we're going to get Bourne-Neuve late pickup. So, you know, I mean, watch out.
Definitely.
You know, Tempe or the Gilbert League coordinator probably going to get some calls.
Definitely.
So
He's definitely got a little bit of weight to throw around there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A little weight for behind the officials.
exactly. That's what we have a strategy. You know.
All right, Jim. Well, we appreciate you as always every season.
All right. See you guys in Tempe.
Jim, that was Jim.
Talking smack already.
Yeah, we're gonna pick you up.
I liked everything
Just
he
to-
said.
just to get some calls.
I liked everything he said except for that. He sounded very smart until he said that.
But yeah, man, I wish them luck. I hope they have a good experience playing the tournament. You know, and I'm really glad that we're able to have representation from every club now.
I think adding that was a big motivational factor for these teams. They wanted to be able to show and prove to the other leagues that just because Scottsdale is a draft league,
Yeah.
that they did actually deserve to play.
Right.
So I'm glad we actually incorporated this year.
Yeah,
Good
so
move,
now we
Kamish.
have a true state champion again.
Hey, good move.
Yeah, it was a great move. 13, we have Team Quentin Lawrence from
Q.
Tempe. Q.
Disappointing.
Yeah, he went down with another big injury this season, unfortunately.
Did he go down again?
Yeah,
Wow.
twisted his knee again, man.
So what? 2 seasons ago is when he kind of went down.
Yeah.
So and he's
He came
he's a
back.
good player too. So, but
Yeah.
that team's a disappointment a little bit, right?
Yeah, no, they started really bad, horribly, but then they were able to pick up Chris Jennings and Severin Campbell
Oh, they picked up
at
Chris and
mid-season.
Sev.
Yeah, so they're a really
Chris is a
physical
beast.
team. And
those,
they
are,
have Tate.
those are like three football
yeah,
players.
Chamberlain. Yeah, they have 3 football players on that team.
And Tate,
So,
Chris Jennings,
yeah.
and Sev.
They can't shoot very well, but they can crash
Physical.
the boards. They're a physical team.
I like
strong
Tate a
team.
lot. Tate actually scored a lot the last couple of games,
Yeah.
right? Because the other season, they had a lot of shooters in Mark and Joe, so he deferred to be the guy who was getting rebounds, playing hard. Now they got to rely on him scoring a little more, and he's done that because he can shoot. He's a scorer. He's athletic.
Yeah.
And adding Sev's a big rebounder, big body.
Yeah, I didn't realize, what a good rebounder he is. He
Sev?
offensive rebounds, and
Oh,
he's
he's a
probably one of the
beast.
best offensive
Gets
rebounds.
great. Well, he's
a beast.
6'5", 6'6",
Yeah.
strong as hell.
But I got to mention their point guard, Tony Urzi. You haven't seen him play.
haven't
This
seen
kid's
him.
quick. He's
Okay.
got a little J. Will game in him. You know,
Okay. Good
little
handles.
Handle getting
Little
the
flashy.
paint. But yeah, he makes that team go. You can tell.
Okay.
They just don't have any shooters. That's
That's what I'm
only thing.
thinking.
They don't have
Exactly.
any outside shooter. They have
Like I said,
guys
I
that can bang,
I
but
like
that's it.
Tate, but he's not the go-to 40-point,
Yeah,
30-point
he's
game.
not
But he
the
can
go-to
score.
He
But
can. He's gonna chip in,
There's
15, 20
points. Yeah.
But they don't have that true go-to scorer.
Yeah,
That
so
can get them 30.
that's what's gonna-
And that's gonna be their biggest.
That's another big
biggest
key
thing.
if you don't have the score. Yeah.
Next up, we have 12. We have Toolbox from Palm Valley, Mo's team. One of the biggest disappointments. They have to be. They have a Final Four team last season, finishing. I think. What did they
2 and
finish?
5. Well, but depending on the win,
They're 2-5 right now. They play against the Hitmen this week, so they're possibly 3-5.
same squad from last year.
Except
basically.
Chris Rory.
See, and we talked about that.
Right. We during
How
mid-season.
much of an energetic, how much he adds to the team.
Yeah.
That energy player that gets rebounds, defense rebounds, slash to the rim. It's a big factor.
Yeah.
I mean, but, other than the fact that Palm Valley's a little deeper as well, to adding OTF
Yeah.
and a couple
There's
of
a lot of
players.
talent in that league.
So I think Chris was probably the biggest factor because you lose that type of player, the energy, the hustle points, those 12 to 18 points a game. You're gonna miss out on that. So I would definitely put him as a big disappointment because Mo was killing it last year.
I still think they're one of the best defensive teams in the tournament. I mean,
Mo's-
they grind. They
Yes.
are. I mean, their name's a Toolbox, and it really fits that team because they
team,
grind it
that
out
moniker,
every
yeah.
game. They have to grind it out.
Well, I mean, Mo plays hard defense.
It's going to be a low-scoring game when you play Toolbox. They're going to, defense first. It's a defensive mentality. They just don't have
and
the
that's the go
scores.
score exactly. That's what they lack as well too. So that's another good thing.
Number 11, we have another team from Palm Valley. We have the Eddie's team, the PV Stars, finishing 3-5. They're actually the one team that they are already done.
They are done.
Yeah. So they got the pieces.
Same team as last year again, right? Eddie's got all the amazing real guard play.
They
heavy for
actually have
them.
a big guy, Melvin Roberts.
Melvin.
I don't know if you ever seen goatee. He's about 6'5",
Yeah.
strong dude. So and they have Major Porter back.
Major Porter's
So
back.
this is definitely a way better team than last season's team. They have James Woodhead shooting threes outside, Anthony crashing the boards. So I can see this team making a little run.
Because again, it was
never
similar
know.
to a couple of seasons ago where they were kind of like 3-5, 4-4.
Yeah.
Made that push in the playoffs where they made I think to the Elite 8 or something like that. They made it pretty far. So my man Eddie, I don't put it past Eddie because he knows his players. He picks up some good players. So
I don't want to ruin
We'll talk about
the
the
earlier
Warriors,
team,
but-
but I actually see them as a possible upset
Okay.
in the first round.
Okay.
And
Because their style of play.
Their style of play.
They're aggressive. They're fast. They run
talented,
fast.
talented group. So just playing in a hard league, you know.
Yep.
We have to play old school twice, OTF twice. It's tough to get wins.
Those are definitely 4 losses.
Yeah. So next up, we have number 10 team from Tempe, finishing 3-5.
Yeah.
You know, it was a deep league, hard league.
Yeah,
you know,
but
hard to get wins, but still.
But I think the expectations for them has always been high.
Yeah.
Just because of who they have. They have the same core of players essentially. Mike McCoy, right? Jason.
Brad Carroll.
I think
Good shooters, really good.
Brandon Walker as well too, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a team that lives by the 3 or shoots.
You know,
I
lives
can't
and dies
even-
by the 3.
Lives and dies by the 3.
Because they lost Big John Skelton. They picked up another big
Yeah,
guy.
Tony. But he's not quite as skilled as John. But he's a big body.
So it definitely disappointing. Again, Tempe's a harder league, but the expectations for them was to be better than a 3-5. You know, what I mean, they were expected to be contending for the league championship. So, you know, they've got the skill set. Again, it's just can they put it together now? I think they should be able to win. They're probably from the lower end seeds. They should probably pull out an upset, in my opinion. But we'll talk about that.
So yeah, I think Brad Carroll's looking forward to being an underdog. I remember a couple seasons ago. He was the upset, pulled off a game,
Couple upsets,
buzzer beater.
yes.
Here I remember.
Yes.
So
we had him
you know,
low in the seeds, so yeah.
So-
every time we put it past him, Brad Carroll is a competitor. So
Yeah.
again, based off the talent they have, I mean, they're a top 5, 6, 7 team in the league. Putting them ninth is pretty scary for anybody who would have to play.
So next we have
Grinding.
Grindin at number 9.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
Grindin team from Gilbert. Started off really slow in Gilbert, but then they really get some big wins.
So
towards
a lot
the second half of the season.
So they have about only 6 players. So some of the games they only had 5 players show up, 4
Right.
players show up. So depth was a big issue. One of the big pieces they add this year, they lost Mike Rose,
Yep.
but added
And Stephen West,
who
MVP
I think
candidate.
is MVP candidate.
Right.
Great scorer, distributes the ball really well. It took him a while to kind of get into the groove, cohesiveness with the team because Daryl's a point guard, he can play around. They got their bigs.
Yeah.
Brent Canada, Pat Nardi, and then Drew is a shooter. So they've got the talent. I think it just took them a while to kind of incorporate Steven into the game.
Yeah.
So
That was-
offensively, I think if they can match up with a good team, they can keep up with them. I like that
I
team a
think
lot.
Stephen West is hands down the best offensive player in Gilbert. You know, so
Agreed.
I think when you got a player that can put up 30, 40 in a game, you know, I think they're gonna have a shot.
I think so. I mean, adding like in the beginning of the season, adding him, you would have thought Grindin, hands down, one of the top teams in Gilbert. But it just took him a while to incorporate. Yeah, I think Steven offensively, one of the most skilled players we got. Great 3-point shooter, can drive the ball,
Get to
can
the
handle the
bucket.
ball, get to the bucket.
Yep.
Needs to get more rebounds, cut down on his turnovers, but passes the ball really well and scores the ball. So
Yep.
you can't argue with that team.
Yeah. Disappointing season though.
Disappointing.
For
Disappointing with the 3-5
sure.
record.
Yeah. For a team that finished, they're just like the toolbox. They finished second in their league last season, and then now they're
Yeah,
second
they're a
to
smart
bottom.
team. They got 2 big guys.
funny,
I just couldn't see. I think depth was his biggest issue. Like I said, some games they had 5 players, so fatigue got a little bit hold of him. Because Daryl Hunter, he probably got 4 or 5 triple doubles this season. Honestly,
Yeah.
he was getting some numbers. So
Yeah.
shout out to Daryl right there.
So now we're gonna move into the final 8, right?
Yeah, top 8.
So top 8. So now we have.
Warriors.
Well, yeah, we have the Warriors, but they technically could have moved up a spot, but because
Here's
like you
one of
said
the here's one of the
earlier,
things we
here's one of
talked about where Warriors were really a higher seed,
They
but
should have
based
been-
off matchups, based off the next round and everything like that, we pushed them down to the 8 seed.
Yep.
Because of the matchups again, because we didn't want if they would have won, they would have had to play another team that
From
was
Tempe.
from exactly.
So we rather than play a team.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the number
From
8
Gilbert.
seed seeding for now is the Warriors from
Right. Yeah, but that's I know you didn't get to see him play, but
that's Javon's team.
that's Javon's team. They have a rookie of the
Shaq.
year, Shaq. I think hands down.
Rookie of the year,
Rookie of the year
Nathan,
candidate.
okay.
Him or possibly Nathan King from the Splash Brothers. You know, both of those guys are great players, but I think
Mm-hmm.
Shaq single-handedly carried that team. Even he was an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
I mean, if Fred didn't have the season that he did, Shaq would easily have been the MVP.
Agreed. I saw the numbers.
They finished 5-3. He averaged, I don't even know, 28, 27. Something ridiculous. He carried
he
that
got
team.
some good numbers out there. So
Yeah,
yeah.
without Shaq, they easily probably would have won maybe 2-3 games. But you know, they were one of the better teams in Tempe, and Shaq was one of the reasons. So I'm looking forward to this is his first tournament.
Yeah, and then Javon said they didn't call them the sleepers or
Yeah, I think
Mid-season,
they
he's-
can be. You know, they have another rookie, Chant Outland, another new guy that they
Okay.
picked up. So they got some athletes. Tristan's on the team. another dangerous shooter. Dangerous scorer.
Tristan's a dangerous
so you got
scorer,
Tristan
so-
and Shaq on the same team.
Any team with Tristan's gonna be good just because he's a scorer. He's just a smart player, and he just can flat out shoot the ball. So
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing.
that's a good matchup then. If we're putting the Warriors versus Grindin, I don't know if Grindin can keep hold of that
Yeah.
thing because that's a scoring team.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's one reason why we put him at 9. So you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
So,
yeah, shoot.
It's a great
Okay.
matchup.
Yeah.
Number 7, we have the Staff brothers.
Ooh.
Teams, we started hot, started 3-1, and then the second half we kind of just the chemistry
Kind of
just
imploded a little bit.
imploded
There was a
little
little
bit, for sure.
in team fighting. Once the losses kind of compounded a little bit, you saw the frustration come into play, whereas people were getting mad at each other.
Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate it. Okay.
Little bit arguing, but all season long, I mean, we had the big and Reggie, and Rico was only showing for a couple games, but
Yep.
Reggie was a big monster on the boards. Will Sorensen was MVP candidate,
Yep.
and don't forget about our boy Kyle.
Yeah.
I mean, he played big. I mean, he had 2 or 3 triple doubles again. He's just an
all-around player.
all-around player. So that combination of Will and Kyle was great, and then Reggie crashed on the board. I like that combination. Again, it started going down a little sour
Yeah.
because we started losing playing against some better teams. So if we get the chemistry back, get the joy back into playing, that's a good team.
Yeah.
And regardless if that's the Staff brothers, that's a good team with Will, Kyle, and Reggie.
Yeah. So number 6, we have Game Over from Tempe.
Tempe,
Yeah. So they finished 5-3.
5-3.
Yeah. I mean, this is another team that I think was kind of disappointing. With all the bigs that they
Yeah,
added.
even with 5 wins, all the bigs they had Egan. Who was the other big man? they had?
Jason Cheeseman.
Jason
6
Cheeseman. They got
6'8".
Josh Hunter still.
Josh
So that's a
Hunter.
big team.
Huge
Donald
team.
knows how to put these players together, but oftentimes the chemistry sometimes is not there because sometimes I see them arguing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like playing with each other as for the sense that they just don't mix well. You know what I mean? 'Cause-
Yeah.
So, I mean, their talent's always going to win in 5, 6, 7 games. We'll see what happens in the playoffs.
Yeah. So,
But it's disappointing because 5-3, you would expect at least a 7-win team, maybe
Yep.
1 loss.
so speaking of Game Over, number 5, it's also Game Over from
Game Over from Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Now, I kind of want to talk about them a little bit because this is pretty much the same team.
Except they don't have the bigs. They don't have Jason, but they have Mark Canush on this team.
Mark Canush on the team.
Yep.
The
And
ball,
Kenny Mahone. They do
and
have
Kenny
Kenny.
Mahone.
So
So
they
in
do
that
have bench
team,
squad.
actually, the ball moves really crisp in that play. Because if you watch that game, Mark is getting 14, 15 assists a game.
Oh, yeah. He had 16 assists.
Let me ask you, does Zach play for both teams?
Yeah, he does.
Zach,
Dangerous dude, 42 points last game.
we
9
don't
threes.
we don't talk about Zach a lot.
No, but he's one of
But
the best shooters in the league.
mid-season pickup last year, I mean, he just came out of nowhere last year. You could just tell he can play. This year, hands down, I think we don't talk about him much, but he is probably one of their best players to get.
Yeah,
Can handle the
he
ball,
is.
can shoot the ball lights out. You leave him open, he's hitting shots. So I know we don't talk about him a lot, but I want to give a little shout out to him because I think without him on there, they still would have been good, but he makes that team go really well.
Yeah.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
So they only lost once, and it was to set it off, so it was actually pretty competitive. If you played a 3-game, 5-game matchup with them, I could see them winning a couple games well too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we had to put them at 5 just because, I mean, to me that looks like they're one of the better teams that weren't region
Right.
champions, league
Yeah.
champions.
But again, they played in a Gilbert league that wasn't
Not
quite
as deep,
competitive,
yeah, not as
deep,
competitive.
but still a great season.
I still think they got
nonetheless,
some
you know?
great players on there. So
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
I mean,
Donald does a good job every time. He's not gonna pick up some scrubs. He's not gonna pick us. He's not gonna pick us up. Donald ain't gonna ask us to play for Game Over. Well, screw you too, then, Donald. We don't want you anyways.
all right, now we'll go to the top 4. This is probably
Now, depending on who wins this matchup Sunday, we've got the Palm Valley slated at number 4. Whether it's Old School right now, which they've lost to OTF in the first week, or if they can beat OTF, we would push OTF here. But
okay. Yeah.
But currently, as it stands now, we would put Old School there because they're
Yeah.
currently 6-1.
Yep.
If they lose, they'd be 7-2.
Yeah. So
Oh, I'm sorry, 6-2.
you know what though? Actually, I don't know if it would matter because even if Old School wins, I think OTF would have the tiebreaker.
Oh, do
because
they?
of-
That's
Because
what I was
of
gonna
the
ask you.
point differential. I mean, they blew some teams out this season.
Disappointing
So
differential.
I think it's going to stay, even regardless who wins. This
Okay,
game, to
so
be
let's
honest.
wind it up
Yeah.
and say, so it's good. We can still talk about it's gonna big game to set it up,
Yeah,
but
it is a huge game. OTF Old School, yeah, it's
Okay.
There's a lot of bragging rights for sure.
okay, so it's still not for even so OTF is gonna win no matter what then the league champion.
Yeah, I think so because I mean I'll calculate it tonight, but I think OTF
Okay.
has a
Well,
point
so
differential.
rewind it. So let's
Yeah,
talk
so
about
Old School is number 4 seed,
Oh,
defending
number 14,
champs.
defending champions.
Yeah.
They lost Dan, but they
Damon
picked up
Clinton.
another big.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing. You just because you replace size, you're replacing size with size. Not the same thing.
not the
Dan
same.
was one of the smartest, I mean, he
Yeah, last
was,
week we talked about it. I picked him as the best center to ever play, like skilled wise.
just because he's so just a smart player. He was unselfish.
Mm-hmm.
Protecting the rim was huge because he would not get a lot of offensive rebounds off you.
But he could play inside, outside.
Outside, hitting the shots. He was getting high pick and roll. So he was one of the smartest. I mean, you can tell he was older. His knees were gone.
Yeah.
But, I mean, having a 7-footer down
Talk
there
about
just.
a rim protector. Like
rim
that guy
protector.
was just, you couldn't get anything above him. He was a legit 7-footer.
I got to swat it a couple times. He swatted me a couple times.
But yeah, I mean, but they still returned all their core. You know, Chuck's still there, Keegan's
Chuck,
still there,
Keegan.
Rod Jackson. No, they're gonna be dangerous. You know,
They're always dangerous because it's the same core. In this tournament, if you play as a team and you know how to play, you move the ball, you can make those
Yeah,
extra
this team's
passes,
played
hit
together for
shots,
years.
play this, you're gonna win. You see it even in the regular season. If you struggle moving the ball and get frustrated with each other, you're gonna lose.
Right.
These guys, I bet, even if they make mistakes, they don't let it. They don't put their head down. They play hard the next play.
Yeah.
And I mean, they just play. They just grind it out, man. That's just the typical prototypical team you want. So
Yeah.
you never put it past them.
So number 3, we have your favorite team right now in the tournament.
A little biased.
Set it off.
A little biased.
I know they're not too happy with that seeding.
They would want the number 1 seed, which I understand what they want, but again, it's based off matchups and everything like that. But
Matchups,
to me, I like him a
schedule.
lot because Jason Harrison did a great job knowing what his weaknesses were, going out and recruiting those players. You know, we had the reigning MVP, Pasquale, back-to-back MVP now.
Yep.
Because, okay, his numbers were down this year because he was a smart enough player to know that he didn't need to do it all this year.
Yeah.
Because he had the addition of Boo Wade, which, to me, Rookie of the Year, hands
He's a game
down.
changer on that
Game changer.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody so athletic, handle the ball, just distributes well too. Because what happens is that you get worried that he's going to just penetrate on you.
Right.
You back off. You lose your other man. He makes that additional dish.
What about their other big man?
They added another big man midseason, Trey Forward.
Straightforward.
6'9", 6'10",
6'9",
overseas player. Another rim protector. He's going to get rebounds. His numbers not going to show.
Yeah.
But he's going to get rebounds. Having him and Jason Harrison on the block, rotating in and out, that's size. We talk
Yeah.
about this all the time. Size is huge.
Yeah, because we just played them last night actually in Gilbert, and it's just they make every shot difficult. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean Jason's not going to
They
get up.
alter every
Jason's
shot.
not going to jump around, but he has long arms. He's going to contest every shot. So he's going to make you throw a little higher than you used to,
Exactly.
a little quicker than you used to. Having another Trey Ford in there, he's going to do the same
Yeah.
thing, make you shoot a little quicker, make you shoot a little out of rhythm. So
Yeah.
that team with Wade with his long ass arms, getting deflections, getting easy buckets, Pasquale hitting those mid-range shots, shooting
Yeah.
75% all the
Funny
time.
thing is, I think Wade might be their best playmaker on their team.
Oh,
They
that's
don't-
what I
they
said.
don't have a true point guard.
But that's what I'm saying. He can create for them. He's a good creator
Yeah.
for them. Then you got Corey, who stepped up his game. He's actually
Yeah.
healthy this year. Maggiano and Walker outside hitting threes.
Solid guards.
That's a dangerous team just because you slack off. You see Wade and Pasquale, but these complimentary, I don't want to say complimentary as a disrespect, but these guys know where they need to stand, making shots. I watched it all season. These guys are just playing out of their minds.
Yeah.
Just because they got the right mix, everybody's playing together. So
Yeah.
right
Looking
now,
forward
from a bias standpoint, from what I see from them, I would put them as the slight favorite because I haven't seen everybody else play. But if they can play what they play, I can see them.
Are we
pulling
gonna hang up a first championship
I
banner?
would like
in
to
Gilbert?
because I want my name on the banner. I told Jason if they're winning it, I'm putting my name on the team. I told Jason that.
Yeah. So, number 2, we have the new kids on the block from Palm Valley, OTF.
I love it when new kids like that come up to play because
this
it's
reminds me
new
of that
energy. It's
Pippin ain't
Pippin
easy,
ain't
remember,
easy.
just a couple seasons ago.
Or
Yeah,
like
that's what
the
reminds
team
me
we
of.
had here, the Pinnacles, the Nears. Just
Yeah.
young guys coming up together. They played together, throwing a team together. And just setting the league on fire
yeah.
because that energy that brings that spark and it brings other teams like, okay, we got to bring up our game a little bit because these young bucks are coming in trying to take our squad, so it brings up everybody's level of competition.
Yeah.
So I love that. I
It
love
seems
that
like these
aspect.
that keep the league.
It keeps going. That's what I'm
you
saying,
get
because-
these young blood just
That's exactly it. It gets not, I wouldn't say stale, but you get the
Yeah.
same 4 or 5 teams playing.
you
But
get
then
a
all-
young team that just
and
comes up.
all of a
and
sudden you
you're
go,
like,
whoa,
here
we got to step up our game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I like
So,
that of them.
Yeah, it's brought a lot of energy. I mean, I know old school said, yeah, like this is what we like. We like competition.
Yes.
So these teams like OTF.
Everybody's
makes the team in
competitive.
Palm Valley League now, it's a lot more competitive.
It's competitive, like you said. They got 3-4 good teams. You want that competitiveness and bringing these new guys on. Let's say these two guys, the 4 or 5 guys break off. They bring other new guys in, so it just regenerates. I love that stuff. So
Yeah, so shout out to Travis.
Shout out to them.
Great
Yeah.
point guard. Putting together. An
Well,
amazing
Travis
team.
played for. Didn't he play for
played
with
with
Stu's
Scottsdale.
team? He
Yeah.
also played for Stu's team last year too. So
Did he? I don't remember where he played last season.
I thought he played with Stu.
Maybe.
Maybe.
But yeah, Demetrius Bog is a guy that you're gonna look forward to seeing because you've never seen him play.
Yeah.
These kids can fly.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I like Travis. Like I said, I saw him at Scottsdale. I talked about him a lot. Like I like his game. He makes shots and everything like that. So shout out to him putting a good team together. So
Yep. So number 1, we have
Seems like we always talk about Splash being
Yeah, I mean, Splash Brothers, 8-0 in Tempe.
8-0
ran through the
Tempe is
league.
pretty impressive because that's a
impressive.
competitive league.
Right.
Nick only played
Half the season,
half
really.
the season. Even he played half the season to get qualified, but even the first 2 games he played, I wouldn't say he wasn't even 100%.
Yeah, he's not at 100%.
He's not 100% right now, but having Nick on the floor at 75% is dangerous. He can
Yeah.
throw up 30, 40 a game with Fred, and then Christian as a
Fred's
point
having a
guard.
great year. This is one of the best I've seen him play. He's averaging 30 a game. I know he's always putting up numbers, but you can tell. I just think his shots a lot more on this season. It's
Okay.
more consistent.
More consistent?
From what I've seen in Tempe. Like he's hitting big shots like every game. So
No, it's surprising because we see that all the time from Fred, but having to be able to step up his game is huge. So well deserved.
Yeah.
But they also got
MVP.
TJ Becker as well too. I've got my set it off team, and we talked about that after the championship. They won. We talked to Boo and Pasquale, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, so here's Boo now.
Boo, right?
Hey, what's up, UH Nation? I'm here with the champs, actually. Set it off from Gilbert, reigning MVP, back-to-back MVP. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
So, you guys are 8-0, probably going to be seeded 2 or 3. How you guys feel about that?
I mean, after checking the schedules, and checking the teams, I mean, it's the Tempe team, the Tempe league. It's a lot tougher than this one. So, I mean, it's respectable players in that league, and I honestly can say that a 2 or 3 is good coming from the Tempe league, and then some of the other leagues that that's out there that I see in the roster zone.
Any words for the Splash Brothers?
Oh yeah. What up, Fred? What up, Nick?
Christian, we coming,
yeah,
man.
Christian,
We coming.
we coming for y'all,
gotta
man.
watch out. They definitely gotta watch out.
Yeah, you definitely gonna have to look out for us. We definitely motivated. We know what they can do, but we definitely have a little plan of our own, and we're gonna bring it to them
All right.
if we see them.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time.
that was a little disappointing. Because off camera, they was talking mad stuff.
Not exactly what we heard off the
Boo,
court.
not exactly. But on court, man, Boo looked real respectful. So did Pascal. Real quiet, real respectful, real PC. But hey, you should have heard the stuff off camera. We won't call him out, but
I think we built a little rivalry though between the Splash Brothers and Set It Off. So
I think. But here's the thing. I think they have mutual respect for each other.
Yeah,
honestly,
they do.
what Boo was saying is mutual respect because
Right.
he understands Fred. He understands Nick. They can play like we talked about. They know they can play. But off camera, they was talking a little junk, a
they're
little
hungry.
smack.
This is
Well,
this
Jason,
is
I
the
mean,
best team they've
exactly.
ever put
Like I
together.
said, Jason wants that chip. He wants that chip. So, my early favorite is Set It Off. How about you?
My early favorite right now, I'm gonna go old school. I'm gonna go with the 4 seed right now.
You love old school,
I
man.
love old school, man.
You've been touting them since the first
know.
season. Nobody picked old school because we don't really go out there,
Yeah, they won.
but they do win. They
Every
won 2
season,
championships.
So
Two championships.
just top to bottom, I love those veteran
No, I-
teams
I-
that just
I-
just play together.
I wish I could watch them more because I do like them. The only time I get to see them really is during the tournament time, and I love what they do.
I just love the way they play. They're
Yeah.
just good group
No,
of guys.
I agree. I agree. Like I said, I think the
Team
top,
ball. They just win the right way.
Yeah. Yeah, good group of guys. But how about this? Out of the top 9, the bottom nine, who is your upset special?
Upset special. Kind of called it earlier, man. I really like Eddie's Palm Valley Stars, man.
Yeah.
They got some players on that team.
Yeah.
Major Porter and Melvin Roberts. I think they're going to cause some trouble for Game Over.
Yeah.
Tempe.
I can see that because
don't-
like I said, they've always done that in the playoffs. They always every time in the playoffs, they've always been the high 10s, teens, high 9. They've always been there and they've won a couple games, so you can't put it past them.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Scottsdale
Is that your sleeper team?
if they wouldn't have played my championship team. If they would have played another team, I would have liked to see them in another game because I like the way they play. I like all their players, but they're gonna have a hard matchup against Set It Off.
Yeah,
so I can't
that's a
pick them.
tough first
I can't
round
pick them. But I just want to give a shout out to them. I want to say this is kind of weak, but I would say Brad Carroll.
Yeah.
Just because of the talent they have, the veteran leadership.
Really went out on a limb on that one.
Well, we did it last time. You picked the number 10 team last year, jackass. But I do like Brad Carroll's team a lot. I think if they can put it together, Walker finds his shot, that team can upset the Staff
Warriors.
brother.
Warriors.
No, they're playing Staff brothers.
No, because remember we switched them.
And we switched them too, remember?
Oh yeah, you're right.
They
Shoot,
can-
yeah, they're gonna beat us, I think too. I'll just call it right now.
Based off the matchups, I think Brad Carroll's team should
Should be one of the bottom teams that move up.
yeah. Just because I think we could have put him 8-7-6. That's the
Yeah.
reason why. I look at this squad, and I think Brad Carroll could. I wouldn't have argued them putting a 7. Even though the record doesn't show it, I would have said maybe 7-6 is fine.
Yeah.
So that's why I would pick them.
Yeah.
So
All right, man. Let's wrap it up, man. I want to go home. It's late, so man. Let's go. Good luck to all the teams in this tournament, man. We'll see everybody Monday night. First game at 7 p.m. So good luck to all the teams. Have a great weekend, guys. Thanks for watching.